There exists a rare set of people who see opportunities in difficult times, take risks, convert ideas to actions, and generate jobs. They are the real heroes. They are called entrepreneurs. Hello everyone, welcome to the third episode of Let's Start Up. I'm your host Surya Srinivas, and this is a podcast series where I'll be interacting with the CEOs and founders of some of the promising startups who are here to address the concerns of the society. And in today's episode, we have Tarun, who is the CEO and founder of Upciti, where he has designed electric micromobility bicycles with entire battery management systems as well, which is world's number one as far as the compactness of the battery is concerned, and also with the add-on feature of being able to charge it with the Type-C USB charger, which will be available in everyone's house. So let's meet and hear it from the man himself. Welcome Tarun, thank you for joining in.
Thank you for having me, Surya. I hope you're having a great day.
Yeah, thank you. And Upciti, as I can understand, is into production of battery-driven bicycles with entire battery management system as well, which I believe is the need of the hour as far as adoption of e-vehicles is considered, which will have a crucial role to play in reducing the atrocities on the environment as far as reducing the carbon footprint is concerned. So can you just walk me through in detail of what are the problems which you're trying to address through your startup, and what are the different products you're into as well?
Yeah. Upciti, that's the name of our company, which progress in Sanskrit. Our aim is to, there's a mobility revolution which has happened, and it is primarily driven by change in user habits as well as the advent of electric vehicles. So we are at a point that we can utilize both of these changes and try to improve mobility for the better. A lot of people are telling see electric vehicles from the point of view as replacing traditional fossil engine powered vehicles with electric powertrain, and that's kind of what the improvement in transportation is they're talking about. But what electric mobility offers is a lot more than this. Electric mobility is, because it is so efficient to begin with. You have a lot more way of electrifying vehicles, which previously would not have made much sense. And that's where we as Upciti want to get in. Our aim is to electrify or use these changes that's happening around the world, both in terms of people's habits as well as the technology, which electric vehicles, the benefits of the technology the electric vehicles give in, to integrate this into a lot more products than it was conventionally done. So we are focusing, our focus primarily is on micromobility, where it stands to gain a lot with electrification, and that's a focus area which we are trying to address. So micromobility is the smallest form of mobility. So these are really entry-level vehicles of motorized transportation, and we want to make mobility cool. We want to make them. We want to address the issues that have been existing with these type of vehicles, which have large-scale adaptation. We are using the technical that we have, as well as what is available now at our disposal, so that we can get more people onto these effective and efficient modes of transportation, especially in the urban environment. Now, the urban environment 50 years has gradually increased. The population urban versus rural has been gradually climbing up, and that is bound to continue to happen. So a significant portion of our population, maybe in a decade, is going to reside in urban India, and our solutions, our products are aimed to address issues, whether it's congestion or whether it is cost, whether it is convenience. So these are the things that we are trying to address with our solution.
Yeah, man, that's great. And you did mention that you're into micromobility. So can you make me understand a bit more about what kind of products are you trying to cater in this micromobility industry, and also how exactly is your business model structured? So is it B2B where customers can experience it as a service, or is it B2C where you are selling it as a direct product to the end consumers?
Our aim is to have as many people as possible experience this and see it for themselves, the benefits of these type of systems. So we have both a B2B wing where we work with businesses and provide them the technical assistance that's required to overcome these challenges. We also have the B2C wing where we use our products, solutions, and build systems that the end consumers can use by themselves. So we do both the B2B and the B2C part. In the B2C part, we currently have our first offering, which is electrically assisted bicycle, that is pedelecs. They are also called as pedelecs. The good thing about this system is that it addresses one of the biggest issues of owning an electric vehicle, which is charging. So with our solution, we do not need any dedicated charger to charge. We do not need a dedicated infrastructure. So we don't have to wait for the government to provide framework, rules and regulations and have everyone follow it. Our solution uses the world's most common charging connector, which is the USB-C, to charge an electric vehicle. So for the first time, when you buy a EV or any kind of micromobility solution with our system, you probably already have a charger sitting at home which is compatible with it, and you can just ride home your beloved e-bike to your home and charge it with over 1 million compatible adapters. So this eliminates the need of huge, heavy, expensive battery packs for electric vehicles, makes them lighter, smaller, more compact, and makes for a more pleasant user experience.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Trying to address the problem of charging with something which would be found in everyone's home. And I was curious to know, what was the motive behind starting up in this space? So is it something you were technically involved in this background, or you felt that there is a problem which needs to be addressed in this space immediately and you started hiring technical people to work for you? So how did you go about starting up?
So the problem was I've been using, I love cycling. I think that's the best thing that a person can do. It's just mostly positive. If you can manage the safety aspect, there are only positives to take away from such a hobby or such an interest. But there was an issue that I saw that a lot of people were not inclined towards it. There are a number of reasons. A few of those reasons are beyond our hands, so they are mostly what the government can do to help. But then there are some which are in our hands and which we as individuals can address. And those are exactly the problems that we have taken, and we have tried to take these problems head on to address them. When I was using, as a user of these type of micromobility solutions, you realize that there is this, because of lack of standardization, there is no interoperability of from different vendors and different manufacturers. So this kind of inhibits adoption. It's just the same thing. Imagine if you had your phones have small batteries and they have to last for a day or 2 days. If you had 10 different connectors and every manufacturer would have to do their own stuff, you would invariably have to carry a phone and a charger. The charger would eventually take more space than the battery pack, which would be heavier, and you kind of lose the point of having something which is mobile. So that's the aim. Because our aim is to do that, we realize that there is a solution. There is a possibility of addressing this problem, with using standard protocols. I've had a background in building electric vehicles. I've worked on high performance electric motorcycles. I've worked on electric bicycles before. So there's this hint of confidence that we having addressed complex challenging problems beforehand. We knew that we can get this done, so we went all in, spent several months of time, iterated the product revision by revision, tested out and see how well it works. And now we're at a point where we've built and demonstrated the world's first system, in which it is designed in such a way that it takes very little space compared to if you would have done it discretely. So it can comfortably be packaged into small battery packs, because these systems typically come with small battery packs. So space is a luxury, and our system, we have designed the system in such a way that it takes up no more space than a traditional electronics inside a battery pack would. So you do not have to re-engineer a battery pack. Our businesses, our partners who want to integrate the solution, save time, effort, and money by not having to re-engineer complete battery packs to incorporate this solution.
I mean, that's beautiful. And you did mention that you're world's number one as far as compact design is concerned. So I was curious to know, how can someone claim something to be world's number one? So is there any department in this space where they actually allow you to claim after going through everyone in similar space throughout the world, or is it something where you have to trademark it? Is there any organization which approves for the same? So can you just throw some light upon it, and also explain a bit more in depth about that compact design feature which makes you world's number one?
Yeah, so if you go about and search to see if you can charge, you can use higher voltage systems. So phones have usually lower voltage system, but electric vehicles, because they need to have more capacity and they have to deliver more power, they have higher voltage systems. And traditionally, these USB-C, USB PD, and these high voltage systems have been incompatible. So there have been, the people have kind of gotten around this by doing things by adding more external components to make them compatible. But this always results in a bigger form factor. So it takes up more space, it is more expensive, it is less efficient. So this make it very difficult to take a system which has not been designed to handle this and put it inside such a constrained space. Like I told, right, these battery packs are smaller and they have a constrained space. So if you do not optimize for space, you result in a bigger battery pack, and it makes the system more bulky, and your entire point of making things more convenient, you lose it. So this is what our system does, and why we say it's the world's first is because you can't find a system like this, everything monolithically, and takes up as much as our system does.
Safety is one important aspect in EV, I believe, and there have been casualties as far as explosion of batteries is concerned in the past from reputed manufacturers as well. So how are you trying to address this issue in your products, and what are some of the precautionary measures which you're taking to address the same?
Yeah, so just to clarify, one of the time where safety is always critical, but the time when safety is super critical is during the charging phase. And our system is not just a charger; it's also a battery management system. So it integrates the functionality of a charger as well as all the safety and protections that is required for the safe running of the battery pack. And this is how we ensure that under any operating scenario, the battery pack is as safe as it can possibly be. Most discrete solutions, or all discrete solutions, do not do this. They are incapable of doing this because the safety is someone else's responsibility and the charging is someone else's responsibility. So it creates scenarios where things can probably go wrong, and we do not want to do that. That's why our system is designed to prioritize safety under all operating scenarios.
I was quite curious to know the idea behind the name Upciti, and where did it originate from? And what's the thought process behind it?
So we are all sitting here, Indians, talking, working in India to solve problems for the India and hopefully for the world as well. So for me, it was always there was no hesitation to put forth, that where our roots are from. So right from the beginning, we had taken a conscious decision to stick to our roots. So all our product names are originated from Sanskrit words. Upciti is nice, and all our future products will follow that path. And we do not see that on that's what our decision for to promote or to emphasize on our roots, which are coming from such rich heritage was. So that's where the motivation was, and we will continue to keep it.
Yeah, that was a good one actually. And I would also love to know what were some of the initial challenges you faced, because I believe you were a solo founder, and in that case you would be required to work on everything in all departments. So that must have been quite hectic. So could you share some of the initial parts of your journey?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, yes, solo founder, but what I've learned is, there are a lot of people who are more than happy to help you on your journey. They might not tag along with you for all the ups and downs, but you will always find people to help you when you need some help. The only thing you have to do is ask people, approach people for help, and you will be surprised to find how many people are willing to help you. When it comes to challenges, yeah, there were challenges in terms of we had started around the time where COVID existed, so there's a lot of issues getting stuff. We are a hardware company. I mean, we do not a significant portion of our work is revolves around hardware. So it was very difficult in those challenging times to get even the most simplest of the things. But we found out a way. We used whatever was available to validate our ideas, and then gradually, as and when things got better, we started iterating upon our designs to incorporate as per the present scenario. And we've reached a point where we are confident with where we are. And its challenges are there, but every challenge you overcome, it gives you more confidence that the next challenge, which will probably be bigger, you can overcome. So when I look back since a year back, we see that what, there were challenges, but we figured out a way to do it. And we're looking forward to what the next set of challenges will be, and how we will address them that will help us move ahead towards our target.
Yeah, I mean, that is something which every entrepreneur has to go through initially, I believe. And I'd also love to know your opinions about the current shift in the technology and interest in the technology of youth and students in the software field, and especially Web3 is growing right now. And also a lot of EC and electronic students are also shifting their interest of domain to software. So I would love to understand why, what might be the reason for this to happen, and people lose interest in electronics, because even that is required and that is where softwares are built upon. So would you like to throw some light upon it?
Okay, so software, I love software. I think software programming, writing, finding solutions to complex problems is an adrenaline rush that I love. But we have most of us rely on software too much. Like, even for the most simple and basic stuff, we go back to see how software can fix it. It is not really required. Though software has huge potential, and over the past decades it has made things that would have been so difficult so easy, so convenient. We also have to understand that software has to run on something. software has to run on hardware. It has to run on piece of
Exactly.
hardware. But there's an ecosystem that software requires as an input for it to process and give back the input, give back the output to the same environment. And I think that we have to appreciate this external environment beyond the software as well. And hardware, electronics play a huge role in all of this. A lot of people, kind of coming to your question as to why people, prefer software over, getting your hands down and dirty. I think it's simplicity. Software is easily accessible. All you need is, mobile phone or a laptop and, decent internet connectivity, and you are. So the entry barrier to software is very high, and the returns also are significant. So writing a piece of software can, save you, say, an hour of work. Consequently, a lot of people go towards that direction, but we should not leave back or look down upon what the possibilities of hardware are, because eventually the world, people want to touch, feel, and experience stuff, which we also have to strike a balance between working in hardware, working in software, even though hardware possesses significantly higher challenges and risks.
Yeah, actually, the entry barrier to software is quite less, and anyone can easily come up with results faster. So that might also have a huge role to play. And also, I believe the education system in Tier 2 and Tier 3 colleges also have a slighter role to play as far as not being able to retain the interest of electronic students in electronics, as far as the teaching is concerned and as far as my personal experience is concerned. So yeah, and one last question. So you did mention that you're already offering your products to customers directly and also offering them a service. So where can someone experience it, and what are the current areas where you're actually selling your products right now?
So I will be happy to coordinate with anyone who would like to experience our products. We are currently based in Bangalore, and we are serving people here in Bangalore. So if there's anyone who would like to drop by, have a look at what we are doing, I'll be more than happy to do it. We are based in Koramangala, so maybe people might be around and they would like to try our products on. I'll be very happy to do that. I can be reached over LinkedIn, over our website, which is upciti.co.in.
Yeah, I'll actually share the links of those in the description.
Yeah, you can put it in the description, and I'll be happy to answer, clarify any doubts that people have.
Sure. Yeah, man, and we have reached the end of the conversation. So thank you for sparing your valuable time to share about the problems which you're trying to address in the society, and hope you keep rising to the moon.
Thank you very much, Surya. Thank you very much for that opportunity, and lovely that you're working on this, and I hope that you will be able to have this reach out to more people, so that they can see the other side of the world. Like, instead of people being in their bubble, they can go outside their bubble and actually see what is happening, what people are working on, and what I think they can do on their part, like small part, to just be aware of what is happening around you, because we have problems. We have problems that we have to address, and no one is going to do that. We have to do it ourselves.
So again, yeah, I believe awareness is quite important for people to know about what are the things happening and who are the people behind it as well, because that actually, especially after COVID, people are used to lock themselves up in the room and quite go deeper inside rather than coming out and making their hands dirty. So knowing about what people are doing might also motivate them.
That is right. Well, thank you for having me, Surya.